Hey VC, what's going on? Shamrock'n Records here. I'm Brian, and I wanted to do a quick video today. First off, I am going to apologize again for the quality of this video. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my laptop. I'm trying to figure out my phone has been messed up. So I haven't been able to make that many videos, and I guess it is what it is until I can get these fixed. I'm going to see my buddy this weekend, and hopefully he can. He's an IT guy. Hopefully he can fix this issue I'm having with some of my stuff here. But I wanted to make a video, and if this sound or the way that everything is, my lips aren't synced up with the sound, it's gonna be like a bad kung fu movie. I apologize. Hopefully I can get this fixed soon. I'll try to make this as quick as I can, but I really wanted to make a video because I haven't made one. But feel free to turn it off if you're getting annoyed by the quality. Well, turn it off if you get annoyed by the content too, because hey, why not? But anyway, um, I was watching Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame, and he had a really cool idea about a video, and he did one based on what I did for my last entry. My last video was a subs contest for Vinyl Collector James. He had his 1,000 subs contest, and one of the questions in his contest was um, asking what our favorite road trip record would be. Um, so Brandon watched that, watched Vinyl Collector James, and kind of branched off on it a little bit, and thought it'd be pretty cool to make a whole road trip record, like a mix tape, like a mix record playlist or whatnot. 13 or 14 songs that we would want to take with us on a road trip. Wherever we're driving to, you need good tunes. And I used to love making mix CDs or mix tapes or playlists, whether I was back in high school making tapes or college making CDs, and then older making playlists on an iPod. But it's always been fun trying to just like mix stuff together. So I am doing a little bit of a road trip this coming up weekend. I'm going out to Boston to see my buddy, and we're going to see Sean Colvin play in Natick, Massachusetts, right outside Boston. So I figured why not pick some songs out and make a little road trip for that. So a little road trip mix. So the first thing that I'm gonna put on this little mix is a song by a band that is kind of funny. James Griffith, the Vinyl Professor, and Jay Party, Jeff. We're discussing this track on Facebook a couple weeks ago, and it's one of my favorite summer songs. And I guess kind of a theme for this mix will be kind of summery kind of stuff for me, things that I relate to summer or whatnot. But the song that we were talking about, Fire on High by ELO. They're talking about how it's one of the best opening tracks to any record ever, and I agree. That song's incredible, and I relate that song to the summer because there's a amusement park here in Maine that has a ride, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with this type of ride. Um, it's a scrambler, but it's inside of like a dome. So the lights are all off. It's really dark, and then they play like they play this song in this particular ride, Fire on High, and they have strobe lights going around, and they flash different pictures of stuff all over, and it's awesome. Um, Pretty epic. So Fire on High always. I always think of summer because of that ride. So, kicking my mix off with that song. Um, like I said, I'm going out to Mass, so there's a song that I always used to put on some of my old mixtapes or mix CDs, whatnot, and it's some pop punk. It's a song by the Get Up Kids, Mass Pike. Um, I think this was a record store day release a couple years. I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And Mass Pike is one of my favorite Get Up Kids songs. Like I said, I used to live out that way, outside Boston, and I used to drive the Mass Pike every day to go to work. So the Mass Pike has been one of those songs that I always like to have on a road trip. Um, Then let's see. We'll go a little more dancey on the next one. The next track I'm gonna put on is a song by Bob Schneider, um, called Tarantula. Um, Bob Schneider is a singer songwriter from Austin, Texas, and he's never got really big. He was in some bands, the Scabs and the Ugly Americans, but never got too big. And I mean, he's still playing. He plays in Austin all the time still. He doesn't really tour too much. I saw him a couple years ago. He came to Portland, Maine. But man, I just love this guy. I love he goes all over the place with his music. This record has a lot of stuff that's kind of Spanish, kind of Latin, kind of sounding. Tarantula is a wicked, like, Spanish kind of dance track, um, but it's something that's gonna make you move, and it's gonna make you want to drive fast. So I needed that on there. Just summary. So the next track that I'm gonna go with, kind of branching off that kind of Latin flair. Um, it's a band from Massachusetts, from the Amherst area. Um, their name is the David Wax Museum, and these guys are really cool. David Wax, the lead singer, um, studied studied music in Mexico, and this record is the track. I'm sorry, I forgot that this is a mixtape. So the song that I'm putting on my mixtape is called "Born with a Broken Heart." Um, but it has like a Mexican flair, but it's also very roots rock, um, Americana, if you will. So they kind of blend like Americana with Mexican traditional. They use like a jawbone as an instrument. Um, just really cool band and really nice people. I met them a couple years ago at a festival, and they were really cool, and makes me want to move. It's good stuff for a mixtape. So, um, excuse me. I need to replenish. So let's see. That's 4 tracks, and I think Brandon said we should do this to about 13 or 14. So I got a stack of records here. I'm just gonna kind of pick and choose. Um, the next track I'm gonna go with is something that another one I never see on the VC, and I'm kind of shocked, I guess, because I thought I would see this, and maybe I'm just not watching the right people. So I apologize if you've shown it It's something I've never seen on the VC, but it's something I enjoy quite a bit. And the song that I'm gonna do next is called "You Got Me Singing." It's by Eddie Hinton. Um, Eddie Hinton, Muscle Shoals session player. Lead guitar player for the Muscle Shoals. So he played with Solomon Burke and Aretha and the Box Tops. So Eddie Hinton, wicked good Blue Eyed Soul. You like Blue Eyed Soul and you haven't heard this, check it out. Um, man, I don't remember how I even first heard about him. Um, I have no idea how I first heard about him, but You Got Me Singing. Somehow I found out about that one track years and years and years and years and years ago, and I had the toughest time finding anything by Eddie Hinton, and I finally found one. But it's really cool. Check it out if you like Blue Eyed Soul. You Got Me Singing. Does a good cover of Shout Bama Lama too. So um, I'm gonna stick with the soul, and I am gonna do a newer song called "Faithful Man" by Lee Fields, and this record has a lot of glare. But no, this record I think is quite possibly the best soul record I've heard that's come out in the last 10 years. I think this one came out 2012, I believe. It's on Truth and Soul Records. Um, Lee Field's been around for a while. This is kind of like a comeback record for him. But man, it's so good. I mean, you got all that new soul stuff coming out, all that neo soul coming out. St. Paul and the Broken Bones, and Eli Paperboy Reed, and Sharon Jones, and all that Daptone stuff. Charles Bradley, but this right here, I think tops all of them. And I love Charles Bradley, and I love Sharon Jones, but this record is so good. But the track that I'm putting on my mix is called Faithful Man. And just as like a heads up for if anybody ever wants to check this out, go online or whatnot, he does a killer version of the Rolling Stones' Moonlight Mile. So here, check it out. It's wicked good. So yeah, let's see. That's 4, 5, 6. That's like 6. So I can pop on a couple more. Let's see here. I am gonna go back to, let's see. We'll do something from the '90s, from when I was in high school. This is something that I played all the time. I don't know. I probably in like 10th, 11th grade or something like that. I used to play soccer in high school, and we played this particular record, CD, whatever, all the time on the bus going to games. And it's the Judgment Night soundtrack, rap and metal. Um, I'm putting on Fallen. If you guys know that track, it's Teenage Fan Club with De La Soul. And that song is insane. But if you guys don't know this, this was one of the original records that incorporated rock and rap, and mostly like a lot of metal and rap. But like I said, this is Teenage Fan Club, so it's like rock. Pearl Jam's on here, Faith No More, Sonic Youth, Cypress Hill, Mudhoney, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Booyah Tribe, Living Color and Run DMC, House of Pain with Helmet. But the track I'm putting on my mixtape is called Fallen by Teenage Fan Club and De La Soul. De La's one of my favorite hip hop artists. Teenage Fan Club, I love them. And Fallen is a track. And it's really cool because they sample Tom Petty's Free Fallin' in that. So, let's see. We'll stick with the 90s, and let's see. We will do Here Comes Your Man, because that's just a wicked cool driving song. It's summery. It has such a great feel to it. I could have put on Wave of Mutilation, but Here Comes Your Man. It's so garagey. It just, love it. Let's see. I'm gonna stick with like kind of like a garage kind of song. Newer. Um, Band from Rhode Island, Deer Tick. The first track on this is called Easy, and it kind of reminds me of Van Morrison, them. That one particular track. The whole record isn't like garage rock or anything, but that one opening track on this is just killer. And I mean, the whole record is insane. This is my favorite record by Deer Tick. If you're not familiar with these guys, kind of alt country. They're the lead singer. I guess the whole band is really influenced by the Replacements, by Nirvana, but they have on this particular record it's more of a alt country kind of sound. Wicked awesome. They're from Providence, Rhode Island. But the track I'm putting on my thing is called Easy. Let's see. I'm gonna go classic because it's always good to mix it up. You know, I got a little hip hop. I got like some garage, some soul, some. I want to do a little bit of classic here, and I'm a big horse lover. I grew up outside of Saratoga, New York, so horses I just love. Whenever there's a song about a horse, I love it, and I'm gonna put on Chestnut Mare by the Byrds because the song is beautiful. It's so catchy, you know. It's typical Byrds. It's absolutely gorgeous, but that song just kills me, man. I just love it. So Chestnut Mare by the Byrds is next. Then I want to do something that has to go on all of my like mixes. If it's like summery, um, I, I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about it. It's just that it's one of my favorite summer songs, and it's "Pulling Muscles from a Shell" by Squeeze. You guys all know it. I don't have to talk about it. Everybody knows that track. It's summery. It's catchy. It's fun. I love it. So that's next, and I think I'm going a little crazy here. I'm just gonna pick out a couple more songs. Um, after Pulling Muscles from a Shell, I'm gonna go to a track that I absolutely just love. I wish I want to find this whole thing on this whole vinyl. Um, I only have a 12-inch single of this particular song, and I love it. And Pure by the Lightning Seeds. Just a wicked catchy song. But yeah, that's got to go on there. Love that track. So Pure by the Lightning Seeds. La 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 la. I'm gonna put two more songs on there, and let's see. We're gonna go with some. Yeah, we'll go with some Matthew Sweet. And I've Been Waiting. I've Been Waiting is a track that I just love, and I mean, I'm sure you guys all know Matthew Sweet, you know, 90s, power pop. Um, he does not look like that anymore. I think he's gained quite a bit of weight. But love this stuff. I love Matthew Sweet. I love the stuff that he's done with Susanna Hoffs, the Under the Covers. So he does a bunch of covers with her. I think they did like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 different records of those. But they're really cool. If you've never heard them, check some of those out if you like Matthew Sweet. But I'm gonna end this mixtape with a just epic song from the Decemberists that it's called the Mariner's Revenge Song, and it's mind blowing. And it's a murder ballad. It's like a sea shanty, just epic song. Um, it's about like this kid who he was like a little kid, and his mom was dating this guy who was pretty much a jackass, and he treated her wrong, and then he ended up leaving the kid's mom, and then the narrator of the song basically wants to like revenge uh, this guy. He wants to, basically kill this guy. And then they get swallowed up in sea by a whale. And then they're the only two alive in the belly of a whale. I don't know. I can't really describe the song, but it's a murder ballad. He wants to, you know, kill this dude because he screwed his mom over, and it's just an epic sea shanty murder ballad song, and it rules, and it's long, and it's, I don't know, whatever. It's awesome for a mix. Anyway, thanks for listening to me babble, because that's what I do. I just babble about music that I love. So anyway, I've been trying to catch up with some of your guys' videos. They're just coming in fast and furious. So keep making them. I'll keep watching them. And thanks for watching mine. Thanks for anybody that has subscribed. And all the stuff that's behind me on this wall right here were all contenders for things on this mix. Just like I just couldn't fit. I probably should have made a double. But anyway, take care, guys. Cheers, and whatever. Have a good one, guys. Take care.